Hi there, how's it going? Are you good? Great. Somebody left a question asking how I match the guy in the picture to the background. And this person also wishes that I would show some Photoshop tricks or make some weird pics. So the picture he's talking about is this one. It sort of matches up. All I did was make sure the colour balance was somewhat similar between the pictures and brought up the levels, and that was about it. Okay, so what we have here now is Photoshop, and what I'll do on this is mess around with it and see what I can come up with. For the most part, I'm going to be using a mouse. What I'll do is go to Google Earth and we'll take a picture from there, and here we have Google Earth, and what we'll do, I'll just make that full screen. We'll go to some random place and I'll try to take a picture off of this and edit it to make it look as though you've taken a picture yourself. Or I've taken the picture myself. So we'll go to a random street someplace, maybe warm. We could maybe even try Texas, somewhere down here. What is that about? All right, anyway. All right, so let's take a picture of this house. I think that should be good enough. Take a screenshot, and here we have it in Photoshop. Now what I'll do is just crop it a little bit. Now what I'll do is start to edit the picture. So let's get rid of these. So just going to use that, and that's that done. Next one, sorted. And we also have these bits down here, which might be a little more difficult to remove using the same tool. But there we are, it worked. And just fix the road a little bit. All right, so I saved it. What I'm going to do now is try something a little different. And here we are in Luminar AI. Now this allows you to do a couple of extra things. It makes things a little easier to do too. Easy landscapes. Let's just take a look at these. There's quite a bit of a difference there. That's what it was before. That's with the filter. You can turn down the filter using this. Change it again. So far, basically just filters. But we have other ones. So you see this sunset one. All right, start from the top. That's what that looks like. Dream film. Hyperdrive. Impact. Now, are you ready for this next one? I'm not sure you are. Check that out. It changes the sky too. We can change these skies manually, by the way. Before. After. Turn it down a bit. Maybe that's a bit too much. So now if I zoom in on this, it can look like it's a bit more of a custom picture rather than something that's come off of Streetview. Obviously, you're going to have to remove these watermarks. That basically says 2020 Google. You just got to make sure they're not on the screen or in the picture or whatever. But with the right filters, you can make a picture like this look pretty decent. Obviously, you can go into edit and edit the sky. If you don't like the clouds on this one, you can change it to something else. Here we have something else. And if you wanted to, you could download more. Ah, right, so here we have something for a night sky. But obviously you're gonna have to adjust the filters for that. Now you've just got to be careful about the branches on the trees. There can be a bit of fringing, there can be a little bit of weirdness. And here we have the original. Let's take a look at a random place in California. And, alright, okay, that's kinda, wasn't expecting that. Now this isn't Street View, but we can do the same for this. Alright, let's say that's your house instead. We'll play with this picture. Once again, got this in Photoshop. What I'll do next is just crop it. Spot healing brush tool like last time. Get rid of that. Get rid of these. Same for the arrows. Tidy this up a little bit. See what happens to this. Nice. Alright, now I've got to get rid of this. Let's see what happens. Once again, I'm using a mouse, so it might be a little here and there, but it should be fine when I'm done. Yeah, I call that fine. Now, we'll put this into Luminar. And here we are, let's take a look at these filters. Overcast, let's try these ones. Alright, so this filter wouldn't look too bad if the picture itself had more information. So say for example if it was a raw picture taken out of my camera, we'd have less of this compression, these artifacts and stuff, but we don't have that option, so we can't go with this filter. We could turn it down a little bit, but let's try the next one. Now that one doesn't look too bad, black and white, but we don't want that. Night's Thunder. I'm not too sure why it's called Night's Thunder, but it's done a good job with the sky. Sunsets, once again sunsets, let's try this. Argent, no. Dream Film, Hyperdrive, got a few artifacts. Impact, no. And then this last one changes the sky, so let's take a look. Nice. That always looks good, but we have a shadow there, but we don't have the sun there. So it looks a little odd. Edit. Alright, got a different sky. And check that out for a nice moody picture. There we have the before. There we have the after. Okay, let's do another one. This time we'll go down to here. Now they've got a place called Lake District. Alright, so this is Alberta, Canada, and the skies are grey, but we don't have to worry about that. And they're blue, alright. Oh, that's nice. I could go through Streetview all day checking out cars. Does somebody have a life I could have? Wow, look at that. What a state. Bonnet scoop. Actually, what I could do with this is Photoshop it. Maybe Photoshop it normal, seeing as though Photoshopping is what I'm supposed to be doing. Alright, so this picture I made for when I explored Texas on Streetview, and clearly we're in Texas because look at all the trucks. And here we have the original one. And it also appears as though I forgot to remove the mouse pointer. Alright, so seeing as though I didn't want to spend too much time looking around for another thing to Photoshop, here we have the Golf. So first thing I'm going to do is remove that. Let's see how well this works. Doesn't always work. Sometimes, most of the time it works, but you know, sometimes no. And it's worked, alright, cool. Saved a bit of time on that. Now what is this? What? Why? Yeah, that'll do. That's a bit better. Alright. Okay, sorted. I'm not really a fan of this paintwork, but I'm going to leave that the way it is. What else could I do? Got this spoiler on the back. Not a fan of that. Alright, so I could sort the spoiler out. That's going to take a bit of time. That doesn't really match the back of the car. It looks as though it belongs to another car and he's going to put it on this. So I could fix that. I said it would take a bit of time, but I don't think it would. So let's give it a bit of a go. Do it simply. Don't want to have too much masking, etc. going on. I like to keep things simple if I can. I think that there should be simple enough. Now, what we'll do is we'll use this clone stamp. So I'm going to clone whatever's here over to there. And that should be a job done, really. So that is basically how you do that. Now, it sort of helps sometimes if you're a little artistic, but you don't have to be. You could also be autistic, I guess. Right, so I'm pretty sure we've got most of this sorted out now, and if somebody was to see this, they'd have no idea what was up. Not a fan of these wheels, but I'm not going to change those. Now, we'll try to do something weird on Photoshop. Alright, so here we have Biden. Let's see what we can do with his face. This is Liquify, and with this what you can do is stuff. So we have eye size. Then we have eye height, width, tilt. And something I just said then could have been taken the wrong way, so I left it out. ET and no tea for you today. Colder climate. Warmer climate. Take a look at this, we can make him smile. Hello? Hello? Get off my lawn. 40, minus 40. Whoa. I think that Alibaba guy could do with a bit of Liquify. Alright, so let's put a smile on his face. And there we have him happy. That works pretty well, I think. Let's increase the happiness. Let's even giving him teeth. Alright, what about the opposite of happy? Alright, that looks better than before, actually. How's about surprise? Wow, look at his teeth. Looks like he hasn't brushed them since the 1800s. Okay, let's try angry and surprised. Turn the anger down. Turn down the surprise. So we have angry and happy, but not surprised. Let's make him surprised.